Hi, my name is Jerad Dabney, and I'm a veterinary pathobiology grad student here at Texas A&M University. And fortunately for you, I get to be your resident scientist in Ms. Hammond's class at SFA this year. I spent an entire year last year at SFA, and I've been in your classroom. I know all the rules, I know how it works. And I bet if you spend some time trying to find some 8th graders and ask them, do you know Jerad Dabney? Some of them are definitely going to get a big smile on their face. I had a whole lot of fun last year working with kids just like you. I got to know them. We talked about video games. We talked about movies. We went to some basketball games. We had a really good time. But you know what? We also learned about a lot of science. If you want to be a veterinary pathobiologist like me, you've got to spend some time in the classroom and doing some homework. I've studied a ton of science. I've taken every science that you can think of. Biology, chemistry, physics, organic chemistry. And I tell you what, folks, it's all paid off. Because now I get to kind of live my own dream. I always grew up wanting to work with animals and get to travel and see animals that, you just don't see sitting around at the house. I don't work with squirrels or dogs or cats. I work with all the crazy animals, the animals you see at zoos. And some of the work that we've gotten to do, I can do a lot of hands-on work. So where some people spend a lot of time in the lab, my lab is the entire world. I travel all over the place and we get samples of blood and hair. Sometimes we get horns off animals. It's a really neat field. And the thing is that if you don't like animals so much, you don't like being outside, there's tons of areas in veterinary pathobiology that you can work inside. If you like to work on computers, you like to use microscopes, even sometimes if you like to draw, there's all different types of opportunities in veterinary pathobiology, even one for you. My research right now is centered around different medicines that we can give to certain animals that have certain diseases. And what we try to do is try to treat that animal so that if it's sick, it will get better. And if it's getting better, that means it can't pass on the disease to another animal or possibly to a human. It's sort of like when you're not feeling good, your mom keeps you in your bed, she makes sure that you're doing okay, but she doesn't let you play with your brothers and sisters because she doesn't want them to get sick either. Well, that's sort of the similar type work that I do with different types of animals from all over the world. In the past, some people have asked me, Jerad, what are you going to do with a veterinary pathobiology degree? The truth is that there's 1,000 different opportunities when it comes to having a degree like this. There's different positions all over the country and all over the world. However, my dream job, the ultimate. Some of you guys want to play baseball, some of you guys want to be musicians. I want to be able to travel around the world and study different animals and their diseases and how they interact with humans in ways that we can achieve a healthier herd society, which then in turn should promote human health. Because a lot of diseases that we have go between humans and animals. Well guys, you're going to get to see some other video clips of me doing some of the work I get to do with different types of animals. And you guys are going to be flipping out because guess what? There's some really cool animals in that video. And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a look about what I get to do every day when I work for different people. And I get to work with awesome animals like these kangaroos right here, which is very exciting. I told you guys that I do a lot of wildlife work, and we're going to take you around this ranch and show you some of the different exotics and the white-tailed deer that we get to work with every single day. Alright guys, we're right outside of Bryan College Station, and I bet none of you guys knew there were actual kangaroos living probably 15-20 miles from your house. It's really exciting when you really get to work in my field and get to travel around and you get to see different animals from all over the world, and guess what? We've got a ton of those animals right here in Texas. Alright guys, so we're going to continue on with our little trip here. We're going to show you some different exotic animals that are found here in Texas, which, like I said, as far as anywhere else other than Africa, we've got the most exotic animals in the entire world. Alright guys, back behind me we've got a wide assortment of animals. Directly here to my left we have Manchurian Sika, which are from Japan, which are really cool. Over back farther behind them we've got some fallow bucks, one fallow buck and some fallow does. And then off to our right here, we've got some aldad, which are our sheep from northern Africa. So, like I said guys, all these animals are right here in your own backyard. Probably none of you have ever seen them before. And like I said, I'm going to hopefully do my best to try to bring you some more photos, some more videos. You see coming up here on the far right, we've got some oryx, a herd of oryx walking in. And we're going to try to feed them and try to get you some better video up close. Alright guys, as you can see, we got a couple of really nice Aldad coming in. We've got some big Manchurians. And coming up here on like I said, on the right is the Oryx. In the back you've got some Axis deer and some black buck. And like I said, all these animals, they were imported back in the 30s, and they have just thrived here in Texas, and they have large herds. Some of the herds of these animals in Texas are larger than their herds back home on their natural environment. So Texans do a whole lot of work to try to conserve and preserve these animal species so that people like you can see them one day. So sometimes when I'm not working on school stuff, and I'm not at work, or I'm not teaching kids, what do I like to do? Well, my life's work and my hobbies are almost identical. I love to travel. I love to be outside in wildlife. I actually do a lot of hunting myself, both bow and with a gun. I love to hang out with my friends. We go bowling, we go swimming, we go fishing. I'm starting to learn how to fish. If you guys know how to fish, I would love any pointers. I spend a lot of time with my friends, and we spend a lot of time watching TV. We go to the movies. We're just like you guys. We're just a little bit older, okay? Just because you're a scientist doesn't mean you're a nerd. Some people think, I'm pretty cool. But guys, I want you to know I'm really excited to meet every single one of you. I'll be in your classroom first, second week of September. So be looking for me, because I'm going to be looking for you. And I'm looking forward to spending a lot of time with you guys and making a whole classroom full of new best friends.